What is up, fantasy fans? As always, I'm Shay from the channel Zachary Shay, and today I'm going to talk about my different comics, manga, and even a few video games, but not really, that I've read this year, and whether they are a smash or a pass. It's been a comics heavy year for me this year, and yeah, so basically smash, worth a read, pass, I don't really think so. Let me know what you guys think and what your opinions, if any of these were smashes or passes, if I was wrong. But yeah, here we go with the list, starting with comics. So Human Target by Tom King, smash, 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 smash. Daredevil by Chip Zdarsky and Marco Caccetto. Smash on Marco Caccetto's art, by the way. Smash on that. But the Zdarsky run, first half, smash. Second half, pass. Pass, pass, pass. Devil Rain on, pass. Pass. The Mini Deaths of Layla Starr, smash. Absolute smash. Detective Comics by Rom V, Gotham Nocturne, smash. One of my favorite Batman stories of all time. Far Sector by N.K. Jemisin. I see what she was going for, but it's going to be a pass for me. Wonder Woman Dead Earth by Daniel Warren Johnson. Smash, smash, smash. One of my favorite Wonder Woman stories, second favorite Wonder Woman story of the year. Daredevil by Mark Waid. Smash. This took a lot of the elements of the previous run, told a more upbeat Daredevil story while still acknowledging the continuity that came before. Daredevil by Brian Michael Bendis and Alex Maleev, smash. Orion by Walter Simonson, smash, smash, smash. Daredevil by Brubaker, smash. Zatanna Bring Down the House, smash, smash. This gave me more faith in Mariko Tamaki as a writer and faith in, I think, Javier Rodriguez. They are an amazing team. Smash, smash, smash. Chris Claremont's X-Men, smash. The dialogue and exposition is definitely a little archaic, a little bit of that, 80s, 70s flair, a little bit of over-explanation, but the art is amazing, the characters are great, and the Chris Claremont storytelling is firing on all cylinders. Smash. Invisible Kingdom by G. Willow Wilson and Christian Ward, smash. Flashpoint by Jeff Johns, smash. Absolute Power, smash. Sandman by Neil Gaiman, hot take. It's probably an objective smash. For me, it was a full-blown pass. I soft DNF'd it. I may come back to it. I read 2 volumes. Didn't really work for me. Didn't really love Morpheus as a character, though I know I'm definitely in the minority on that. I want to give Volume 3 a try at some point this year. So for right now, it's a personal pass. Dark Knight's Metal by Scott Snyder, Greg Capullo. Greg Capullo, art, smash. Scott Snyder's Dark Knight's Metal is a pass. Major pass. Thor by Walter Simonson. Another Walter Simonson mention, and it is a absolute smash. Magnum opus for the character of Thor. Not even just for the character of Thor, but for the whole Asgard mythos. It is a wide cast of characters. They're brought to life with so much grace and with so much nuance. Smash, smash, smash. Six of the Dusk by G. Willow Wilson. Smash. Batman City of Madness by Christian Ward. Art, smash. Overall a smash, but I believe it would have worked better as maybe a 6-issue miniseries. I felt a little cut short. Secret Warriors by Jonathan Hickman. Smash, smash, smash. This was amazing. It's not actually what it's marketed as is a bunch of children of supervillains getting together to save the world. Think Brian K. Vaughan's Runaways. But it's actually not really about the kids that much at all. It's really a Nick Fury book. It's called Secret Warriors. It's not even really about the Secret Warriors. It is really about Nick Fury and his Howling Commandos and the lengths that he will go to protect the world. Amazing Nick Fury story. Milk Wars. This was a smash. This was so much fun. And I think that this was the best point in the Young Animal imprint by Gerard Way of DC Comics. Cave Carson Has a Cybernetic Eye, smash. Mother Panic. Okay, so first 2/3 of it before Milk Wars, absolute smash. It was one of my favorites of the whole imprint. Afterwards, I'd say pass. I'd just read the first 2 trades, honestly. Eternity Girl, smash. Best thing out of Young Animal. Smash, smash, smash. I love Eternity Girl. Magdalene Visaggio. I forgot who's on art. I'll put it in the video somewhere. Amazing book. Collapser by Mikey Way. Pass. Doom Patrol by Gerard Way. Smash. Smash, smash, smash. Especially for fans of Grant Morrison, you're going to want to smash on this one. Sheriff of Babylon by Tom King and Mitch Gerrards. Smash. Heartbreaking smash. Life is Strange comic. If you're a fan of the game, smash. If you don't know what Life is Strange is, pass. The Impending Blindness of Billy Scott, smash, smash, smash. Smash. BPRD by Mike Mignola and others. Smash. I think it is definitely necessary for the Hellboy mythos. It expanded on the Hellboy universe in a lot of interesting ways. I'm still making my way through it. Absolute smash. Have not read a single bad issue. Saga. I read the 12th trade of that this year. Smash. Saga will always be a smash. The year that Saga is not a smash is dark times for comics, because that is one of the high watermarks of quality within the comics industry is Brian K. Vaughan and Fiona Staples' Saga. Helen of Windhorn by Tom King and Bilquis Evely, smash. Wonder Woman Historia, The Amazons. I want to say Kelly Sue DeConnick. This book is the best Wonder Woman story I've ever read. It's not even really about Wonder Woman. It's about the Amazons. So I would say Daniel Warren Johnson's Wonder Woman Dead Earth is my favorite Diana story. This is my favorite mythological story within the DC universe that I read within this year. Really powerful stuff with the Amazons, Queen Hippolyta especially. It is just a fascinating story. The writing is amazing. The art is so ethereal in a way, and it just does the Amazons justice. It is such a masterpiece of a book. One of my favorite reads this year. I absolutely adore Wonder Woman Historia, The Amazons. All right, and next up we have Manga, Mobile Suit Gundam, smash, smash, smash. This is a book that when I looked it up, I couldn't find a lot of people covering it, and I think that is a crime, because this is easily one of my favorite reads of the year. One of my favorite manga reads ever, and I know it was originally an anime. I have not seen the anime, but the Mobile Suit Gundam, the origin manga, is an absolute masterpiece. All 12 volumes are just the biggest smash. Dawn to Dawn, smash. Dawn to Dawn fan here. Witch Hat Atelier, man, the art is such a smash. The story itself is smash. Smash. Like I like the themes of it. I just think the characters, while not bad, are not something that draw me in the way other manga can. Kagurabachi, only read one volume. I would say smash so far. Not the strongest smash, but a smash. Vagabond. I would say that the first 6 volumes of this were a pass if the following 6 deluxe volumes of this were not a major smash. I'm talking about the 3-in-1 volumes. The first half of the run, the first half of Vagabond, I would say is passable material. The artwork is amazing. The character just kind of like kills people too willingly for me, and then it almost to the point where he starts to question that. I feel like, okay, you're a bit too far gone, Musashi. But the characterization is so well done in the second half of this story that it has to be an emphatic smash for me. To Your Eternity, personal smash. Objectively, I think post the mythic past sort of arc, once it gets into modern day, it's probably going to be a pass for most people. And now we're getting into video games. So we have Expedition 33, smash, one of the best games I've ever played. Second favorite game of the year, and in my top 10 favorite video games of all time. So there's another one on this list that's on that list and is even higher than Expedition 33. Next up, we have Final Fantasy IV, smash. This game has aged remarkably well. It is such a blast to play. The pixel art has a sort of appeal to it that is nostalgic. It feels like I'm watching a Saturday morning cartoon. I love it. And then God of War Ragnarok, gameplay smash, story pass, smash. It's not a bad story, but comparing it to the quality of God of War 2018, it's pretty passable. And then God of War Valhalla, smash on both gameplay and story. I actually think it's very rare to have a roguelike that does story this well. I mean, outside of Hades, and God of War Valhalla definitely accomplished that. And my last game I'm going to talk about is Dispatch, the newest game by Ad Hoc Studio and Critical Role. Smash. This is one of my favorite video games I've ever played. It felt like I was playing Telltale's The Walking Dead again. It felt like I was playing Tales from the Borderlands. It felt like I was playing one of those old Wolf Among Us, these old Life is Strange, these old amazing choice-driven games. And yeah, man, it just really hit me in a lot of the feels and made me laugh, made me cry. I love Dispatch. So yeah, those are all my comics, manga, and games that I've experienced this year, and whether or not they are smash or pass. I will probably have a video coming out semi-shortly that covers all the stuff I plan to read in the following year. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.